Well, trying to figure out your life is not easy. A big part of it is trying to visualize the next step. Not just what you're going to do next, but after you do that, what position does that put you in? So that you're always looking a step ahead. As an example, I remember when I was an apprentice electrician. I was a young kid and I was helping this journeyman electrician. He was on the ladder working on some electrical fixture. And I was just sitting there under the ladder and he would ask for a tool from time to time. And I started daydreaming, thinking about girls or what I was going to do for the weekend in my mind. And I would just, stand under the ladder. I would get him whatever he wanted, but I wasn't visualizing or anticipating the next step. And he came off the ladder and he goes, Sam, he goes, what's going on? I go, nothing. I said, what do you need? He goes, no. That's not how it works. You shouldn't wait for me to tell you what I need. You should anticipate what I need by visualizing the next step that I'm going to do. That's how you learn and that's how you get stuff done. And it was the first time, as an adult, I kind of heard that broke down to me. And in life, whatever you're doing, getting married, getting divorced, buying a property, selling a property, whatever you're doing in life, it's kind of like that, right? It's like, okay, if you're going to buy a property, after you buy it, it's not just should you buy it, visualize yourself in that property after you buy it, and will you be happy with it or will you have buyer's remorse? After you sell a property, it's not just can you sell it and can you sell it for a profit. It's after you sell it, where do you move to next? Now, that's a big dilemma for a lot of people in this past couple of years. It's been a seller's market, but okay, if you sell high, what do you buy next? Because everything else is high. Certainly, if you're going to downsize or something like that, doesn't matter. And, again, same thing with relationships. If you get a divorce, what does that look like sitting in your house? After all your family's gone, is it really time? I remember hearing Shaquille O'Neal saying after he got a divorce, he would come home to his empty house and it was shocking. And he realized he may have made a mistake. Look, the one thing, even as much as you anticipate, as much as I anticipate, we can make our plans. The Lord determines our steps. At least that's what a scripture says. Well, to me, I sometimes curse God as I get older, as I try to follow wisdom, but it just doesn't work out. And it's that really bothers me. I could see if I did something reckless, because that's, I guess it's my fault, but there's no exact science to life. You cannot anticipate everything. If you could anticipate everything and get everything right, you'd be a billionaire. Every decision you ever make in your life will always be right. You'd be God. And it's just not, you're not God. I'm not God. And we may have God qualities. We may have God inside of us if you believe, but we're still human. We still bleed. We still die. We're still in this world. And, I'm faced with one of those dilemmas figuring out my life. It took me a while to figure out if I wanted to buy a property again. I went through this process of anticipating if I buy this property, okay, what does my life look like in the community and the surrounding area? And I went over this, and there was no perfect place. And I made a choice recently. I bought a piece of property, and I don't know if I 100% nailed it. In some ways, I nailed it. Some ways, the area is beautiful, the beach is beautiful, but there's other things about it that don't work for me. Okay? So, there's always cosmetic beauty, and then there's how you feel. There's the logistics to the places you want to go, etc. And, now I visualize if I sell, what does it look like? Do I look at an empty lot? What does my life look like back on the road? And that gives you pause, right? Because that permanent decision to change your life and then anticipate what do you do next. When it's easy, sometimes it's easy. Like for me, at a certain point, it was easy for me to sell my property in New Jersey because I knew I didn't want to live there. But it was scary, and I almost had a breakdown going through the process of selling. But once I sold, there wasn't a lot of other decisions because sometimes the best thing is you make a decision and it's going to be a while before you have to make another big decision because you're just not in that position. But when you make a decision, and then you have another big decision to make, all these decisions overwhelm you and you just get paralyzed and you do nothing. And you suffer an uninspiring life, a mediocre life. And even if you have some beautiful things that some people would say, oh, I would give anything to have that. But it doesn't matter if you do not feel inspired and healthy. Doesn't matter. Someone can say, oh, I would love your wife. I would love your husband. I would love your family. I would love your house. But they're not you. That you may not. You may not like it. And it's got to be healthy for you. Your house, your relationships, and it's got to be inspiring. You got to have some passion. What's life without passion? And this is what kind of pushes you to make the decisions you need to make. I heard my mom say it, I heard people who get divorced say it, if it wasn't for my children, I wouldn't have done it. Sometimes in life, we need something that we know it's not healthy. We're willing to stay in a situation, even if it's not healthy for us. But when it affects other people, sometimes we need that push. So look, everyone's got to do what works for them, but I'm sharing what I feel and what I'm going through now is if I sell this property again. One is I have an RV lot with an RV on it. If I sell the RV and I'm just looking at a blank RV lot, now I got a decision. Do I buy another RV or do I sell the lot? I think the issue is the community, as great in some instances as is, I just don't think it's a fit for me. So then it's like, why get another RV? That's not that's only one problem. And then buying another property right now, another big decision on top of a big decision, that's crazy. So I got to take it one step at a time. Okay. But in my mind, I got to visualize, I sell this trailer, I look at an empty lot, and then, maybe I nomad, maybe I sell the lot, and then I reposition. But I have to talk this out. I have to visualize not just the next step, but the step after that. Okay. And I hope that this video helped. If it did, and you want to support the channel, click that super thanks or click that blue join button. Thank you to my members. Leave a comment below. Click the thumbs up. Hashtag in the comment section, put hashtag the number you were to click the thumbs up. As an example, hashtag 59 if you were the 59th person to click the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Keep showing up one day at a time. Thank you.